Hi, everyone. This is a very wonderful pleasure to be here again after 5 years, I think, with the Take Two interview sessions. And this time we're going for this project with two artists in search of a dialogue. And I have here my wonderful friend, Lola Portela, and my not so old friend, but now a super friend, Ingrid Schorscher. Did I say this
Right.
right?
Perfectly.
Okay.
Schlecht bis mittelmäßig. Kochen ist vielleicht eine Kunst. Nur wer mit Hass kocht, kann eine gute Köchin sein. Die hervorragende Köchin kocht nicht. Sie hasst. Nur Hass macht richtig zäh.
Jahre! Südostbahnhof.
Im Saal der Bäuche scheint es nach Entfettungskoren und Bauchorgien zu stinken.
Bei Austritt aus dem Amplitudenbereich kommt es zur Resonanzkatastrophe.
Veramente piccolo perché vuole partire subito. Si sciolgono le mani e anche le gambe. Ora voglio sapere, siccome fra una settimana, in einer Woche ist diese Aufführung, come state? Siete agitati?
No.
No, Sie sind nicht aufgeregt. Però siete carichi, vero?
Sì.
Sì. Ok.
Então não tem conversa, né, Eduardo? A gente vai ocupar e resistir.
Pegar o carro sem a família saber, não tem carteira, seus pais nem sabem que você tá pegando, você tá de sacanagem, Ingrid.
Ah, tá. E aí, você vem ou não?
Bora.
So, Lola Portela, welcome. And Ingrid, welcome. I would like to start with my famous question. And feel free to set up who's going to start. Who lives behind this name, Lola Portela? And who lives behind this name, Ingrid Schorscher?
I'm still asking me who's living behind this name, actually.
And what could you tell about this person, Ingrid?
Yeah, I think she's somebody always in process and always trying to search and find new things and let old things go, or become aware of things which got stuck, or like somebody who's always like in process of get rid of old stuff and trying to renew.
Okay. And how about Lola?
I think I'm always looking for some adventure, like trying to understand what I like and what I don't like, and what I can be and what I cannot be. Like the process as well, the same thing. But I think like trying to respect the everyday choice, especially because right now I'm an immigrant, so this is like a turning point in my life. For the past 3 years, I live in Portugal, so this is like an everyday choice. And I decided to live like that. Like, okay, today I'm gonna do the best that I can and the best that I can be. So I think this is me right now. Tomorrow, I don't know, but
And we will talk about tomorrow in the first block. But yeah, thank you. I would like to ask again the same question, but now about a feeling, about something that could be translating your personality. So if you had to introduce yourself, not by a profession or not as a personality, but with a feeling, how would you begin, Lola? How is your feeling that you show to the world?
I think I am. I have a hunger for connection. Like I like to connect with people, with stories, with places. So if I would be a feeling, I would be like Magali from Turma da Mônica, But my hungerness is like for connection. And she's always like she's always with this watermelon because she's always hungry. It's kind of funny. It's cute. But yeah, I think it would be that.
And how about you, Ingrid? What is your feeling shown to the world?
My feeling shown to the world, to encouragement, to feel encouraged, but also to encourage other people, starting with my little daughter and starting with every step I put outside the door, really.
Right. Okay. That's nice. And now, like, diving a little bit into our area of work, our artistic area of work. My next question is for you, Ingrid. When did you realize that you wanted to be part of art, or that art would be part of your life, or how did you become an artist? Like, when did you realize that, okay, I want to do this, I want to be this?
That's a good question, yeah. Actually, during my studies, I just started to study music, study accordion because I loved it, and I thought, okay, let's do that. But then I included studies about body movement and speaking, so this combination between music, movement, and speech, and went through some dance techniques, really into some unknown potentials inside of me. I could really, it was like an opening door to discover new needs and needs of creation inside of me. And yeah, this was the beginning of a research, and also I started to experiment with the audience, because I like to include the audience. So it has always this kind of interaction. It's actually to experiment, to be curious about, okay, what is happening when I do this with the setting and with the audience and with the scene? Okay, what is happening without, depending on my creation. But I was curious about myself, acting and reacting with the audience. This was like the start.
Mm-hmm. And then, was there a specific moment that you saw, okay, I now I'm an artist, or is this going little by little? Was this going little by little, like small revelations that an artist is like this, and I am becoming this? What could you tell me about that?
Yeah, I had a period in my life, like during and after my studies, where I was not knowing, okay, where shall I put the focus? Because am I a musician? Am I a dancer? Am I an actress? Or what am I? I don't know. And inside of me, I realized that I don't want to focus just on one thing. This is not me. So I started to combine and to just say, okay, I include all the things I want independently of anybody else. And I was not into the question, am I an artist or not? I was more into a question, I want to do this. I want to combine music, speech, and sound, or stillness, or depending on, or also conducting or directing stage projects with other people. So this was my conclusion of starting in the art field.
Okay.
And what triggered me a lot was the work with handicapped people.
Oh, okay. That's nice. And how was that for you, Lola? Was there a moment that you had a spark in your life? Because I will give some extra information for the audience. You started very young, right? Acting.
I started to study when I was 11. Uh, and then I couldn't see myself doing anything than that. You know, it was like, I just, my heart was like full and I belonged to that place. And when I went to like to study, to go to the theater to watch or to do, and I was like, oh my God, this is it. I was just like feeling that I had a meaning in this word, like.
Danny, eu tenho que voltar pra Austrália.
Não, Sandy. Vem morar comigo.
Eu não posso, Danny. Eu sou uma moça de família.
Sandy, eu vou morrer de saudade.
Será que isso é o fim?
Claro que não, Sandy. É só o começo. E você não pode perder esse musical que abalou os anos 60.
Venha assistir
Grease, nos tempos da brilhantina.
And then I couldn't see myself doing anything but that. But then I did something but that, right? Then I became, of course, a woman and an immigrant and a lot of things. And then I understood that everything could be an addition, to do art. And because when you do this really young, you just like, you're in this word that seems so magical, and it's not that magical, but it's still beautiful. So and then I decided, I think I understood that I wanted to do that in my whole life. When I was when I was studying for university, and you need to choose like what you will do. And I was checking all the things that I could do, like everything, law school, everything. Like I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. This is so, because I've been always a curious person. But then I checked the art school, and then I understood that, yeah, I could do anything, but do this would be my love of my life thing, And then I think in that moment, like at 16, 17, I understood that this is like, yeah, this is me. This can be me, And it's the everyday choice that I was talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think in that moment.
Okay, and as you said, because you were too young, maybe doing that was more like a playtime, more like a game or something that kids do. And then now, when you look back, are you still sure about that? Are you because you mentioned, oh, it was like a magical place, a magical moment. Do you still have that? And do you look for that still as an artist?
Oh yeah. That there is like because I couldn't see myself doing anything but that. when I stopped doing that like 2 years ago, because now I'm coming back, you know. I came to Portugal. I used it to think that I was just like passing here. I came here to stay 3 months, and then I'm almost 4 years. You know, but then I needed to work with other things. I was a waitress. I was a manager, you know, and then I I understood that it was so much harder when you're not in your country, and then I stopped doing that. And then I look at, like, there is a saying that you need to go out of the island to see the island, you know. And then I was out, and it was so much harder, you know. And then I decided to come in another way, because here I have I'm really blessed. Like, I have these amazing friends that I did in this path, and now we are doing like this together, you know. And we've been meeting once a week to discuss art, to make art. So I've been coming like to that in a more, I think, in a more structured way. I guess that's the word. So yeah, I think it is like, because I was in my city, I was with my family, I was like, oh, this is so amazing, and everything is so cool and so beautiful and so magical. But now, with all the things that happen here, I understand that it's so much harder to live without this than with this, you know. So yeah, I think I'm still on it. It's still a choice, and it's still like something that I want to do. I guess it's
Great. That's great. That's great that you're coming back and you're finding your path back. And because you brought this topic of different countries and culture, and I understand it's a little hard. I can talk about myself as an immigrant here in Germany. I understand how hard it is, for example, regarding the language sometimes. Even though Portugal speaks Portuguese and Brazil speaks Portuguese, that's completely different. And I would like to ask about this culture thing, Ingrid. You also have an experience of other languages. We are speaking English here. You're originally German. You have some of the Italian culture on you. How much of this influences your work, or how much of this do you carry in the choices you take to make your work?
My origin is Romania, actually.
Oh.
I came here when I was 3 years old.
Oh, that I didn't know.
German Romanian. So I'm German, but with these Romanian roots. And then I became like, I'm not Swabian, but like influenced by all the environment during the last 47 years, I don't know. And then I went to Italy. Yeah, so yeah, what I basically love is many cultures together and foreigners. Because I feel German, and actually at the same time I don't feel German. I don't know what it means. I just want to profit from all the beautiful things of other cultures. This is how I want to be influenced in my own work. Yeah, and to become free of prejudices and everything by meeting and collaborating with people from all over the world, if it's possible. I mean, here now I'm like in a little nucleus, but I always feel much freer when cultures are meeting together and creating together, because there's so much to learn and to say, wow. Yeah, this is what and language. Yeah, well, I admire you, Marcelo, because he is incredible. After 1 year, he could really speak German. Yeah, I like to also create languages, but yeah, if you live in a country, it's not only the language; it's to learn with the understanding between the lines, you know. and there's nothing written. It's just to feel and perceive, and then you get used to how to interact. And this is it's not an easy process. And actually, for me, it's not an easy process. Still, I moved to Rottweil, to another city, 30 kilometers from Tuttlingen. It's different. It's already different. So, yeah. But according to artists, I let myself inspire by just getting to know other cultures.
That's very interesting what you're telling me, because every time I hear you talking, I don't see the borders. And some people have their own borders, yeah? Like, I don't know if you remember, Lola, we had some kind of discussions about whether a theater actor would do well acting in a movie, and the vice versa thing. How good can people be in different languages? I mean, art languages. So there's always this border thing in some people, but I don't hear this from you, and this is very interesting. I feel like you have this whole cultural pot inside Ingrid. Is that true?
Maybe, I can not live with concepts in my mind. I'm full of concepts, so I want to get rid of concepts, because concepts are blocking the development in my experience and scene. But for this, you have to figure out in which concept you live. So you need both,
Yeah.
But yeah, I like to get rid of comfort zones.
Okay. I see. Yeah, and comfort zone is our trigger for Lola then, because I remember I was in your bye-bye party for Portugal. Remember, Lola? And
I remember.
it was a crazy party, and then you were going like with a family thing with your father because he was working there in Portugal.
With my mother, because
with your mom.
they wanted to move. Yes, with my mother, my stepfather, and my brother. They
Mhm.
always they wanted to come, but I never thought of living outside Brazil. I went to a lot of places, but I was like, no, Portugal, come on, Portugal, I'm not gonna stay there. and then life shows you that you know nothing about anything, and then I came here, and I felt in love. But yeah, I came because my mom came, and
Yeah.
she asked for the help with the move, and everything.
Yeah.
And
of course, you had some time to process all this, yeah, to establish yourself there, understand the culture in Portugal, and find your places and find your community and everything. And now it makes sense that now you're having the time to go back to your artistic work. And I would like to know kind of the same thing. Is there a difference of how you used to work with art in Brazil and what do you have to do in Portugal to work with art?
oh yeah, absolutely. I when I when I started, I came here, and then 2 months later, I went to Madeira Island. It's an island. It's a Portugal island.
Yep.
And it's I went to the theater to do like a kind of a musical.
Ano novo que nos espera, ano novo vem daí primavera, ano novo 1521, ano novo, ano ou só mais ano novo que nos espera, ano novo vem daí primavera, ano novo 2021, ano novo, não seja só mais
It was amazing, and I had this whole new world of possibilities and people when and then I understood that it would be harder, because at the moment that I was doing the auditions, when I passed it for I don't know, for something for publicity or something, I don't know, people would always look at me and said, oh, I didn't think about a Brazilian girl doing that, and I was thank you. Like, you know, and and I realized that it would be so much harder, like 3 times harder, 5 times harder, because I was a Brazilian girl. Like I was not an actress, you know,
Oh,
like it was Brazilian actress. So
okay.
even it's the same language, you know. And I heard that not once nor twice. Like I heard a lot of times, like, oh, you did so good to Brazilian actress. I didn't like, yeah, and it's crazy. And I think I just understood that it would be harder, but I would have a lot of effort to do things, you know. And
Hmm.
this is not necessarily bad, actually. Like, of course, you don't need a challenge every day. You don't need to kill a lion every day, right?
Yeah.
But it is kind of like I had so much anger and still will to leave, you know, like that. I just yeah, you can think you couldn't think, and then I'm here to prove you that's not a, oh my god, here. That's not a problem, you know. It can be a solution. We can like integrate, we can
Yeah.
think outside the box, like,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was exactly what I was going to ask you. Like, this is a vulnerability moment when you don't know what to do, and maybe you're gonna get so many no's, especially us when we go for these castings and auditions, and we're like, from 100 castings, we have 90 no's, maybe 5 yeses and 5 maybes. And how do you deal with that? Is that a challenge for you to improve, or does that block you from trying harder? And I think you just answered this, is sometimes that's an opportunity, right?
Yeah, and I mean, if we have the chance to do it, if it's my project or someone else's project, if I had the chance just to like audition, that's the thing that you can like always do and can always improve. But the thing is, 2 years ago when I stopped doing it, where it was like, oh my God, no, not now, you know, not now. It was because even the auditions, they weren't calling for immigrants. You know, they were like really closed.
Uh-huh.
So even like this audition, like, can I just go and show you my work? No, you can, you know. And I didn't felt this alone. I didn't feel this alone. My friends, my Brazilian friends, were like, "Oh my God, we're like the castings, they are not happening, or what is going on?" So everybody was like, "Okay, I think we need to brief a little bit and start to do our projects, just our projects."
Yeah.
And it's crazy because you want to do things with people, right? It's a community. So, but yeah, now I am feeling that this is changing. Like last week, I did two castings for a musical and etc. And I was like, oh yes, I just, you know, I just want to go and try. And when they take out your possibility of trying, um, you feel a little bit lost.
Yeah.
So
It's like, who am I, right? Again.
yeah, like because you wanna exchange, right? You wanna show, you wanna create a community. And if they are not opening doors for that, even
Yeah.
that, like 2 years ago, was so hard. Everybody was like, oh my God, you know. But I think it's changing now.
Yeah, and that's because somehow you specifically, Lola, you work with this interaction with the industry, right? You need the industry to have work, and I'm not sure if Ingrid lives this a little bit in a work. You're not dealing with castings and audition. You're more authorial kind of work, as well as being a teacher in Rottweil. Um, how do you feel listening to this, Ingrid? How do you feel uh, about this story from Lola? And then I have another question. How is it being an artist in Germany, or at least in the area you live?
Well, listening to your story, Lola, reminds me of all the musicians who play in orchestras and have to go there to the audition and play only 5 bars of a very difficult classical piece, and everybody's shaking, and they're 20 people for a flute, for one flute position, or it doesn't matter. It is the same situation. I experienced 2 or 3 castings, and I think it's mind killing. But I also think that you have to deal with it in a psychologically good way. Otherwise, you crack down. It's you are naked. And I'm happy that I can do that maybe, but really I'm not very interested in this. It depends on the job, maybe. In that way, I did it for a performance with, or like a Abramovich piece, because I adore her. So I just wanted to be there, and I went to the casting. But it was a piece for 30 people, so the chance was kind of good to get in, and I was lucky. But to have this to survive, for survival, it's another story. And for that, I'm just glad to be my own author. This is really like it is. I can do whatever I want. At the other hand, I'm also not living only by art. I'm teaching music and movement, which is great because I can open an artistic spot in my students. They're adults, and this is nice. But I think I like to do both. I really like to do both, and only living as an artist is also always like it's surrounding myself in a way. I need also to get to be in contact with normal people.
Yes, right.
To be grounded, and to understand, okay, now where is the light now, where is the spot? So this is my question, my answer to the castings. It's very hard, I think, and it depends on the job. And in my zone here, in my region, it is like art is being proposed here, a lot of art, but people are more like you have the little villages where there's always like 5 to 10 people who are activating other people to show their art or to invite people. But it is hard to connect between the villages. It is hard to really have an audience from all over. It is not so easy to get inside. I don't know, Marcelo, you also now got to know a little bit the scene. You have to know a little bit the people, all from the theater or from the galleries. The galleries are also like offering performances, for example, or performance projects. Yeah. And you always meet the same people. So this is like it is here. And if you want to go out, you need to apply for money and try to get money. And this is also the other side of being my own author. I have to write a lot of papers to apply for money and to realize a project. This is the other side. But not living only from this, I'm more relaxed on this.
Yeah, we know that a lot, right, Lola? The FAQ.
The FAQ, yes.
This
The FAQ
it's kind of a weird word to say in English, but it's the FAC. That's a short for some kind of support, financial support that the government gives us from Brasilia. And it's just what you said, like we have to fill in a bunch of formularies and explain our project in details and how we're gonna spend the money and how we're gonna make the marketing of this and everything, the production and the post-production thing. So yeah, we understand that, and we are very great managers when we do that and when we get that money, right?
Yeah.
And talking about that, being managers of our own work, I would like to ask you guys, what is the biggest challenge? I will start with Ingrid, of being an artist of your own, doing your own work. I think you started talking about that. You have your family, you have your kid, your teacher. What do you think it's the most struggling, or one of the most struggling tasks an artist have, or the artist has to deal with life as an artist, you know? And I'll give you some options. Is this a problem with the government? Don't they look very much into art? Or is this just a community thing? Like you said, yeah, there are villages here, village there, they don't connect. Is it a problem of education, maybe, that the people are not very interested in art? What is your perspective on that?
I think it is everything. Well, everything you said is influencing the fact that being an artist in these times is like it's getting a little harder because of also the digital world, artificial intelligence, the fact that the digital world keeps the focus of the youngsters. And I see it in my students. As soon as they put away their cell phones and I do something physical with them, something is lightening up also. It is, there are many things influencing to spread art in general, and to not to do art, or to do art for myself, to create something new. My first word in my mind while you were talking was time, because time is a big factor to dive into things. You cannot have a timetable or schedule or say, okay, from 2 to 5 I have time to be an artist. This is not possible, you know. And personally, this is, I have to really dig deep to have, or to get a bugger. What is bugger, Marcelo?
Digger.
A digger. I need a digger to dig myself in the cellar for a weekend, and to give my daughters to somewhere to have really the possibility to dive into a topic. This is the only way. Sometimes it's happening, it starts to happen, but only like this things can go into a flow where the ideas are arriving. Yeah,
that's great.
But I am curious about, well, can I ask Lola something? Can I ask you something?
Of course.
Because being an actress is also creating and at the same time memorizing text, isn't it?
Yes. It is memorizing, yeah.
Memorizing text and also finding your role inside of yourself. But memorizing text, how do you keep fresh inside of yourself by repeating the pieces? I don't know, maybe you have 25 performances. How do you keep this fresh? You know what I mean?
I really live that like it was the first time, and I try to understand beside the word, you know, like if I say I love you, I I want to say like this is the first time, but for that happens, I need to say a lot because I need to remember that. So there is a saying in Portuguese that is like repeat, repeat until it stays differently, until it be completely different, you know. And I think you can. It's like a music. You can always, for me, if I am learning how to sing, I'm gonna take, I don't know, like the first part, and then when I do it tomorrow, I will remember, but in a different way. It's gonna, and then I can put my body on that. So if I put the text today like that, but tomorrow if I say and I feel that here and I feel that here, you know, so I can like it's not just one thing. I think I keep fresh by feeling that every day, and every day is going to be different, you know. So it's like being really alive on that the time that I am saying. And this is like a character, right? Like if I have I got married last year. And every day I love my husband. Every day more I love more, you know. But yesterday was a different way than today. And just to propose like the to real feel that, I think it's fresh and different. And I think it happens when the character, like if I'm on stage, I uh, I know as an actress what's gonna happen, but as a character, this is like the play thing, you know. This is the kid, the inner child, the thing that's gonna like, we can pretend in a good way, you know. That's happening just right now. When in a moment this is gonna disappear, but tomorrow it's gonna happen again, and it's like this come and go situation. I don't know. I think it's something like that, you know.
So you create tools like perceiving body places on your body, or emotions you can also memorize. This is really interesting because I had one acting experience. We played Moby Dick, and you know, and I was in my, and I was like, my God, how can I keep fresh this routine of doing everything equal?
Nice. Yeah.
Because
It is a challenge.
I have never learned to be an actress, but this was like inside of me the whole time. And this is also something with the accordion I am searching for. You know, I'm playing a Bach, or I'm playing a written piece, not improvised, something else, but a written piece, and I have to take that piece, and I want to take that piece, but how can I keep it fresh? This is really. And even improvising, you are in prison of your own patterns. So how can I keep this fresh? Like, how can I be in that moment like super fresh, like newborn, you know?
I think it goes along, like you be in the moment and be fresh, right? Because we are different every time. We are different. Like the cells of our bodies are moving. Everything is moving. So it's kind of it can be weird. It can be like, oh, this is freaking me out. But can be like, okay, so if everything is moving, so what am I feeling right now? Because it's gonna be different in a minute.
Yeah.
You know, so
interesting.
Wow, yeah. And I love this moment that I could go out now and just drink some coffee and leave you guys. That's exactly what I want. With this project, Two Artists in Search of a Dialogue, I really want that people feel free and get to connect and find their own dialogue, their own conversation. Yeah. And that was a very interesting topic that we brought here, which is dealing with techniques, maybe, yeah, or how can an actor or an actress perform their work. And there's this teacher of mine, and also a very good friend from the group in Brazil. I think Lola knows, Rita Almeida de Castro.
Oh, Rita is amazing.
Yeah, and I remember one of the plays we did in Brazil, and we were there waiting for the public to come in, and we were it was on the road theater. It was not in the theater box, but in outside, and we were there looking at the moon, and then she says, "Oh, there's the moon again, Marcelo, and here we are again. What are we doing? Why are we here?" And then, yeah, you know, it's like, it's not circumstantial. This, if I can say here something with you guys, I think it's not circumstantial that the actor brings live every day in the same play with the same text. It's about techniques. It's about also what Lola and you said, interacting. The public is always different. They bring something else. And this process, I get goosebumps when I say this. Every time someone brings something new, this renews my own text and my own character, you know. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for as an actor. I think
It is intense.
yeah. I think it's time for us to go to the block 3, which is the gaming part.
Okay.
It's just ping pong activity.
Perfect.
Okay.
I'm gonna open my translation because sometimes I don't know if I need like just be here.
Okay.
So just talk about your artistic personality. Whoever wants can start now. So stage or screen, Lola?
Stage. I love the screen, don't get me wrong, but I think stage is where the presence, like you can feel, you know, be in the moment of the moment. So
Ingrid, improvisation or structure?
Improvisation.
City or nature, Ingrid?
Nature.
City or nature, Lola?
nature.
Okay. Morning or night, Lola?
Oh, night. I would love to say morning, but
I just can't.
I just can't. I can lie to you.
Ingrid, morning or light?
Morning.
Oh, night.
Morning.
So
Depends.
you probably would have a difficult time trying to find the time to work together, you two.
No.
No, especially like I'm going to Brazil, so the time zone is gonna be like.
It depends.
That's right, yeah. And the last question for the ping pong is solo or ensemble? I mean, would you rather work solo or with groups? Both of you.
Both.
Groups. I think groups. No, but it's amazing to work solo. But yeah.
Okay. Now.
Oh, can I?
Sure.
Can I tell one thing that happened like a week ago? I was in this audition on the musical, and I am a Brazilian girl. I'm not gonna be the main character. I don't think I'm gonna be the main character, and that's okay. So it's a Portuguese kind of that's fine. I'm good. I want to do the ensemble. But the guy came to interview me, and he was like, "Hey, what's your name?" And I was, "Oh, I'm Lola. Nice to meet you, Lola." And then he said, "Oh, so which character do you want to do?" And I was like, "Ensemble." And he was, "No, but don't you want to be like this one or this one?" No, I'm good with the ensemble. Like, and I was really late. And he was like, "No, this is not the answer that I was looking for." But I was like, I know that it's just a niche thing, and
Yeah.
I am happy to participate because I'm coming back right now as well. So I was just excited to do the audition. But your phrase remembered me that.
Yeah, we should say that we talked about a little bit about Ingrid's activities, musician and performer, and we just say you're an actress, and we should remember that you are a musical most of the time musical actress, right? You have been part of many musicals,
Yeah.
theater musicals, and yeah, to understand this main character and the ensemble, that
Yeah.
like it's like the backing vocals of the musical theaters. Yeah,
Yeah, and I love it. I think
yeah,
like it's the part that you do everything, and then it's crazy. I
yeah.
love it.
Now, as we are here for like 40 minutes, I would like to ask you guys, now that you know a little bit about each other, if you could live the life of Ingrid, Lola, for one day, what would you do first?
Ooh. First of all, I just want to say that I would love to live your life for one day. I think like the little that I know you, of course, we have our struggles and etc. But the little that I know you, you seem a person that likes to live your life. You know, like you have your daughter, you have your art. You worked with Marina Abramovic. It's crazy. But the first thing, I don't know. I think I would play the
Accordion.
accordion. Yeah, of course. Like it
Yes.
would be amazing for me. I just would like just play, just by to understand, because I think it would be so thrill. Like, do you feel happy when you're playing? You feel happy when you're playing?
Most of the times. I have a
Okay.
very interesting relationship to my instrument, but I love it.
Okay. I think it's something like I think it can be some, when I'm doing a character, I feel belonging, I don't know. I think I would play. That's the thing that I would do.
Yeah, great. So we start with that when we see each other.
Yeah. And what would you do first, Ingrid, if you could live the life of Lola for one day, with the little you know about her?
Let me memorize. I would like to learn a text or something through your method, or like I would like to have you beside me to give me some tools to refresh something I would have to repeat.
Wow.
And joke around. I feel that I would like to improvise with you. Like, I don't know, dance theater improvisation.
Great. So it's time to improvise. I will ask Lola to sing a song she remembers from one of those musicals or something. And meanwhile, Ingrid could maybe perform a little thing, describe your art, but not with words, with sounds.
Right now?
Right now.
Wow, you have a little visitor, children are walking, crossing
Great. Use that.
The children.
Use that.
It's fun. Yeah,
Uh,
let's try.
okay. Can it be like a music from Brazil? Like not a music from musical, just a music
Anything.
that I like to sing?
Yeah.
My God, you're gonna make me wait.
We will have a problem of this technical thing here, that we will not be able to hear simultaneously both of you. But let's just enjoy it and yeah, just have some fun with this crazy meet.
Okay.
And I can also do what I think with the voice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Some crazy things. Let's see.
Okay. Okay. A todo mundo eu dou psiu, Perguntando pro meu bem. Tendo o coração vazio, viva assim a da psiu. Sabiá, vem cá também. Psiu, psiu, psiu. A todo mundo eu dou psiu. Perguntando pro meu bem. Viva assim a da psiu. Sabiá, vem cá, psiu. Sabiá, vem cá também. Tu que andas pelo mundo, tu que tanto já voou, tu que cantas passarinho, alivia minha dor, tem pena, Deus, favor. Tu que andas pelo mundo, por onde anda o meu amor, sabiá. Ah.
Wow.
I love it.
So, wow. That's great. That's
You have a
wonderful.
beautiful voice, and it's a wonderful Brazilian song. You know, the father of my daughter is Brazilian. Like,
Oh, nice. Thank you so much. I love this music. I
Is
love
it-
this music. It's like one of my favorites. So I always, when they get surprised, like when I'm surprised, it like sing now, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
okay,
ooh.
Sabia. I think Sabia is a good choice.
Guys, I have two last questions for you. The first one is, let's say you had to create a piece together, you two. What format do you think you would use, or what kind of thing would come out of your creation?
I think it would be a performance. Like I really like the first answers, the first lines that Ingrid said about the mix of everything, you know, and the music and the body and the process. I think it could be a performance about music and body and being fresh, being at the moment as an actress. I think it would be that.
Mhm. For me too, and maybe including a kind of flash mob with your audience.
Okay.
Oh
Wow.
wow, yes. I love it.
My last question is, I will suggest you guys to send a message for the other artists that are coming for this interview. But before that, I would ask you to leave a message about yourselves. How was this meeting for you guys? How did you feel with this encounter?
Great. I would like now to take the next plane and to fly to Portugal. I would really love to meet you. Really, this would be wonderful. And Marcelo, we take you. I take you guys. But let's start with the group. Or no, I really would like to meet you. This is my feeling now in the moment.
Me too. Oh my God, me too. It was like I was really nervous, you know, because it's in English and because I read your description. I was like, oh my God, she's amazing. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna ask? You know, and then you are so open, and I think it was amazing. It was really amazing. Thank you so much, Marcelo. I want to take the next plane to, you know, and find you. And thank you so much for everything. And for the next artist, I just like be open and find the dialogue because it's in the between lines, you know, and it's really interesting.
Yeah.
I got lucky. Ingrid is amazing, so thank you so much.
Yeah, the same for me. I really am I feel really enriched by this conversation and by getting to know you. And Marcelo, I think your questions are super, super, super interesting also.
Yeah.
I have to say that it's very interesting questions with a profound, I loved it.
I had so many more questions, but as you said, time is a crazy thing.
Very nice.
Perfect.
So it was great for me too. I also had this feeling of saudade now.
Saudade.
And Ingrid, I haven't seen you for so long. We haven't met for so long. I think last January was the last time we saw each other. What to say about you, Lola, then? Because like So thank you very much to be here today and have this wonderful moment. And yeah, spread the word.